Hi everybody, it's Avalon. I know it's been a minute since I've made a new video and just been going through life, and so haven't been feeling very inspired. And I just don't want to come on here and just rattle on a bunch of nothingness to you guys or even bring up like issues and problems all the time. So, I've just been laying low. But today I'm going to do a toss and wash method as a demonstration how to toss and wash Mitra. Can't say the other word. And so what I have here is I keep my Mitra in these jars, which you can get at Dollar General for real cheap, like $5-6 for I think 12 of these. It's a really good price, and it's airtight, and it'll keep your powder very safe and airtight. And so what I do is, I take a scoop. This is a teaspoon. A lot of times I weigh it, but I've weighed all the different vendors, and I know pretty much about what each teaspoon is. And this is about 2.3 grams. And this is from Beliefer, Green Valley from Beliefer, which is really excellent stuff. It's fire, guys. No lie. All right. And so I kind of packed it in there a little bit, as you can see. And what I do is I put a little bit of this, something with citrus in it, because the citrus is a potentiator and it helps to break down the cell walls, and it can go and flow into your body better. Kind of like that. All right, well, here's the thing when you're tossing washing. When you put the powder in your mouth, you do not swallow and you do not inhale. Because if you do, you're not going to really like your life. I'm going to tell you. When I first started toss and washing, it was like I would inhale or I'd swallow and I couldn't breathe, like I couldn't catch my breath. And so I want you to be safe when you're doing this. As with any method or technique, safety is the biggest rule. And I wipe off this teaspoon and I take another and I use this top to kind of level it off, pack it down flat. Once again, just a little bit in your mouth and immediately dump. No breathing, no swallowing, nothing. And you gulp it down to swallow it. Your reflexes are going to want you to swallow. Your reflexes with that in your mouth, and the juice in your mouth, is going to want you to swallow. And you have to fight against that reflex. And it takes practice. I do a full teaspoon when I do this. If you're just starting, you might want to start out with like of course I don't have anything in here. You might want to start out with a half a teaspoon at first, maybe even a quarter of a teaspoon, just to get used to the action of it before you start, doing the whole teaspoon. There's a lot of people out there that take it by the tablespoons. That for me is risky. I'll just stick with my teaspoon. And so, and like I said, like I'm using Diet Cran pineapple. No, sorry, Diet Cran cherry juice. So I'm getting the citric acid and no calories. And there's 5 calories per serving. So I've also tossed and washed with green iced tea, which works, except there's no citrus in that. So that's why I kind of like to stick with this. All right, so that's that demonstration. I started taking more in the afternoons, and I regret it because my tolerance got so built up that the kratom was actually doing nothing for me. No pain relief, no mood lift, no anti-depression, anti-anxiety. None of the benefits were working for me because my tolerance was so built up. Kratom, Mitra is a very finicky leaf. It doesn't like being mixed with other things. It doesn't like when there's too much, when you take too much. It doesn't like when for me, I cannot have more than 1 serving a day or my tolerance goes boom. And even using enhanced products will do that too. And so that can only be used, enhanced products. What I mean by that is, I'll show you. It's Philly Kratom, yourleafyourlife.com, and Your Leaf Your Life on Facebook also. So he makes something called True Grit. And I'm going to show you what it looks like, guys. Sorry, I'm moving all over the place. I wasn't planning on showing you the enhanced products, but I'm going to. All right. True Grit. It's a secret recipe that he does, and as far as I know, nobody knows it but him and one other guy. And they both got together and figured out how to make this stuff. And it's mostly used with red vein, but he has been known to make it with a full spectrum, which means all 3 strains: red, white, green. And I won't touch that because whites are not good for me. All right, so True Grit is exactly what it sounds like. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's very gritty and very potent. And so what I do is, if I'm having a very high pain day or a very high anxiety day, I will sprinkle maybe a half a gram of this in with my plain leaf and toss and wash it that way. I've also made the red bubble that way, which we all know what the red bubble is. The red bubble, I think I made a video about it, unless I... And then you have something called... Hold on, guys. I did not expect to be doing this. What is it? Then there is something called Crystal that he makes. It is a very long process in making this. I made it one time, but I ended up burning it. See this? It is very concentrated. And it is, if you look at it in the light, it's crystally. And this one is, of course, it says red. This is the red crystal. I also have a green crystal. And those are for the high pain, high anxiety days. But you don't want to use it all the time. You don't want to, because it will cause your tolerance to go through the roof. I made that mistake. And so, that's that. It's Philly Kratom. He has some of the best product that I've ever tried. Bee Leafer, like I said, is another one. And Meridian Botanicals I used to order from, but they, for some reason, I can't find their, I think they're not selling right now. the Tea Forge is another good vendor I recommend. And like with anything, like with any supplement that we consume, safety and wisdom are the most important factors. If you know that you have a tendency to want to overserve yourself, then you really need to think about, because there's a lot of supplements out there that have certain effects. Like wild lettuce is like a morphine pain thing. Like I just ordered some of those capsules of wild lettuce from Amazon, and I'm going to check it out. I'll do a review on them. There's Hirsuta, and Javanica, which are mixed in with Philly Kratom's Break Time Blend. And what you do with the Break Time Blend is that you subtract half of your leaf serving, and you add the Break Time Blend to bring your tolerance down. Do that for like 4 or 5 days, because it's stem and vein, Hirsuta, and Javanica that are mixed together. Philly Kratom made this mixture himself, which creates a great blend, because Hirsuta and Javanica have, they're more mild effects, but kind of the same effects as the Kratom, the Mitra. And so the stem and vein, of course, has its own alkaloids. All these have their own alkaloids. So when you mix it with your leaf, you're still going to get some of the benefits that you would if you were taking your regular leaf, but it will lower your tolerance back down. Okay, well, all right. I think that's all I'm going to talk to you guys about today. I'm going to try to get back on the train and try to do a video every day, every other day. And guys, I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm going to be leaving in a couple hours to go pick my little grandson up from school, from Head Start, and bring him here for a couple hours. My Bernie is leaving later this afternoon to go camping with his brothers, and he'll be gone till Sunday night. So I'm going to be alone, peaceful, and I'm going to be enjoying the solitude. So I hope you're having a good day. Try to get out in the weather. If you live over, here in the eastern United States, you can smell, like you can feel the fall in the air, and it's invigorating. It's my favorite time of year. So anyway, I hope you're having a great day. Brightest blessings, and God is bless.